Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Robb Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
There it is. It's the hump. It's the hump. We're on the hump day. It's the day of hump.
Are we closer to the hump because we're doing a 3 o'clock start? Does that put us closer to the actual hump?
You care about that. Nobody else cares about that. So I think that the hump is the middle of the week, and that's the day we're doing that. I don't think I could be. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if anybody is even aware of that or even cares. Are there? Enlighten me, because I don't know.
If it's 5 days in the work week, and then you've got half of that is 2.5.
No. I'm talking about whether or not people care.
About hump day?
No, about whether we're taping at 3 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning.
I would think. I would think the people watching live on the West Coast would care.
Yeah,
they
love it.
Break instead of 5 a.m.
So they would probably be. So it's a positive to come in occasionally and do this at 3. We don't do it very often anymore. We used to do it a lot where we'd switch and stuff. But So
Mike, the UPI
and the West
wire.
Coast needs all the help they can get right now after talking to my daughter last night.
The UPI wire just lit up. Yes, people care. Desperately.
They really do care?
They do
care. You care. You've talked about it ad nauseum.
Oh,
you
Mike,
seem
that's
to
a
really
lie.
care. Yeah,
what is
do.
ad nauseum? What have I said?
Just it's like, what's going on?
Oh, you're just sensitive because I asked why 3, and then you know what? I backed off on it.
I was just glad I didn't answer any questions today of where's the show? Why is there no show today?
Were there a lot of people
No,
doing
there
that?
were not any.
No.
Surprisingly,
okay.
there were not.
All right, so people are cool. I think we suitably let them know we'd be
Yes.
taping a little later, so we're here. It's nice to have you. And speaking of the West Coast, was on the phone for about a half an hour with my daughter last night, and she did the nicest job of describing how truly beautiful Pacific Palisades, the town of Pacific Palisades is, and that it's gone. So just stunning what people are going through. We'll have more of that. And I still think about that, about people that are out there. And it's tough. It's tough to think, as much as we concern ourselves with fires here hurricanes here in Florida, the idea of the speed and the intensity and the devastation and the danger of a fire, I think far surpasses the hurricanes. I mean, if you're going to die in a hurricane, you're being stupid 9 times out of 10 because you're staying when you shouldn't stay. And are there exceptions? There are exceptions to every rule. But in most cases, you're going to receive ample warning to get out of there before it happens. When, as far as fires go, the wind blows, comes in a different way, and boom. And people say, well, they're evacuated too. No, I think it's just it's so speedy.
It's
more
so
like a
fast.
tornado.
Yeah, it is. It comes in, it comes fast, and they don't have the chance to get out sometimes. And as we talked about, I think last week, the infrastructure in California doesn't allow sometimes for massive evacuation because you've got small roads and you don't have access to get everyone out in time. And it's horrifying. The notion of it is horrifying.
It really is, and I just feel for the people out there, maybe because my daughter is living out there and working specifically in and around the area. There's so many areas that were affected. As of tonight, if I believe what she told me last night, as of tonight, they might have a little diminishment of the winds, but that's what does it. That's the gasoline that they put it on there. Now, to change the subject, with a caveat, okay?
All right.
I'm going to try to speak in code. One person in the room sometimes has a problem with speaking in code, and I'm going to warn him to try to help me along with this without getting into the weeds of grossness.
Okay. Do you understand, Josh? We're trying to help you here.
Yep.
Okay.
I will avoid the last word.
Thank you.
I don't know where to begin. This is difficult.
Start at the beginning.
So, when you get older, a lot of people realize that there's certain things that you have to. Your health changes, and you have to become aware of different things about your health. I want to say, first of all, I'm perfectly okay. Everything's fine. There's nothing life-threatening.
Josh, I was hoping you'd join me on that. That's good news.
No, I was letting you hang out there on that one.
Well, appreciate that very much. Just supporting you, Mike.
Are you done?
You don't hear clapping, do you?
So it's nothing bad like that.
Okay.
But I think I've mentioned it briefly that as far as lots of things can go sideways, your noggin, you can have some cognitive stuff. You can have your ticker can go on you. You can have all sorts of, Lord knows I've had a few orthopedic things in my life. And
the liver, don't not mention the liver.
The liver can, you can have multiple. The problems with the human body as it ages
yes,
are multifold.
Playoffs.
I've had my digestive issues that really are. I want to knock on wood when I say in my rearview mirror, get it? But I've done really well with that over the years. I don't seem to have that many issues with that anymore. One of the things that you'll notice, and you always hear about, I was in back of this old man at the urinal, and it took 10 minutes for him to start going number one.
Right.
That type of stuff. Your plumbing becomes an issue with as you get older. And I'm no exception to that. And I'm also here to say after a thorough physical, including the everything is the, line and finger. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. After that, I got a clean bill of health. In fact, a physician who's a younger guy said, is it PSA? Is that the score they look at for if you have the big casino that they look at the PSA score? I think it's PSA.
The TSA, and you have to go to the airport to get x-rayed to make sure you don't have cancer. Mike, I'm not doing anything that's making it grosser or trying to ruin the code.
No, but I'm really curious. I think because as anyone knows, as someone who has dealt with a cancer scare in the upper right-hand corner of your screen here, you've had that. It's PSA, right?
PSA
is that what it is?
For your prostate.
Does he know?
Prostate
he
number.
might not know. Do you know? Dummy, do you know? Is it PSA, Rob?
I have no idea, Mike. All I've dealt with is a child with leukemia, so that's where my focus was.
Is it PSA, though? Is it a PSA score?
PSA is your prostate-specific antigen.
Okay. All right. But you had your liver, so you don't know the concept of that.
I don't know
right?
a PSA, no.
PSA is only for prostate cancer.
Way to use the cancer of your child, though, in the to make your point. I appreciate that.
Well, it's true. It never came up in that. So, I don't know it. Sorry.
All right. You will, because they look at that. You probably should know now. It should be something they should check on you because you're in your 50s. But the prostate is Josh has identified the gland that men have issues with. And, in many cases, if untreated or ignored or not paid attention to, you can get the big casino down there and it can kill you. So you have to be aware of that.
Isn't it true that it has been said, I believe, on this show, that if a man lives long enough, he will get prostate cancer? He will get prostate cancer. So you have to try to stay ahead of it.
I've read that. I've heard it. So I don't know if it's true or not, but I certainly think there's a chance that it is.
All right.
That because everybody has that, and that's why you have to check things out and get it. So I will tell you that this is really hard, but I think maybe I am doing some good here if I tell my story, because I am about to go on a journey medically that's a little different. Here it is. Down there, the plumbing, one of the things is that as you age, that particular part of the body gets larger, right? It gets larger. And in many cases, because it's down there where all the plumbing is, both for, numero uno and numero tres, It's the area of the body that, all the functions are down there. So
Sure.
I was concerned about this because I did have some issues with, let's just say, the cars on the highway were not merging as quickly as they used to. And I wanted them to, if I could. I was told by my general practitioner and by the doctor that I went to a short time ago that that's just kind of the way it is. There's nothing to really worry about. There's nothing. Well, that's what the doctors tell you because they don't, I guess they're not really concerned about it. They don't know that it makes you uncomfortable.
May I ask a question that doesn't do anything to decode or
and you're
make
doing,
it gross?
And I appreciate you doing your very best today because you're making me feel very calm because you're doing that. Because I that's why I gave you that. Go ahead. That could change.
And on a moment's
As soon as
notice.
the mouth opens.
Yeah. I'm not with you, and Josh, maybe you
go
can
ahead. If I want,
back me
I
up.
agree. You should. If you want some clarity,
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
understand traffic as part of the notion of what goes down south, but merging has thrown me.
Yeah.
I don't
Merging's not. Don't
Is
think
it-
merging. It's the traffic. It's the flow of traffic
okay, traffic
for
flow.
both the for all the substances that
So the faucet, turn on the faucet,
did
there's
it.
no water.
if there's water, but
there's
it's
water.
slow.
Mike, is it
And-
like the regular lanes on the Dulles Toll Road and the express lane?
Which would be what would be and try to talk in code. What would be
Right.
the regular lane? The regular lane
regular
would be the
lane
one
would be
that you
something
see
that-
every day.
Every day. But
Okay.
the express lane is
lane would be
special.
only on special occasions.
Right, like your birthday you might take.
It's more of an issue with the express lane than with the regular lane. That's brilliant.
Okay.
You are pleasing me greatly because you have helped with me. Now,
It's what I
'cause you're-
live for.
No, you're not an idiot. You know that you know how to play the game.
Right, right.
And it's awkward to talk about this. So anyway, I've been talking about it, and I have been inquisitive. And then the doctors give me a clean bill of health, and the answer was ultimately what I got from my medical professionals was it's the way it is. You're 65. Don't sweat it. And blah, blah, blah. Well, you know me. I'm not the kind of guy that if there's a way to, I got in my 50s, I got the old hips done, and I've felt phenomenal since.
Right.
I feel great. I believe if there's a way of fixing things, I'm a fixer. I've always been a fixer. I'm somebody who likes to figure things out.
There's
and
a beautiful
make
thing
things
here,
better.
Mike, is that you have built a wonderful superhighway system around your body. I mean, I'm talking a beltway, access roads. There are roads to everywhere.
Right.
And now you've got that so established
Yes.
that you can focus on minutia, like the express lane. Say 4 years ago when you weren't as thin as you are, and you had, and even further back when you had aching hips and all that stuff. That
Yeah.
stuff you need to get done right away because
Right.
that's
And
your
during that
everyday
time-
traveling stuff.
And during that time, no problems with the express lane. However, and no problems now, I should say, other than it's not what it used to be.
Is
Okay?
anything?
Exactly. And that's kind of where the doctors are at, too.
Yeah.
The doctors say, just deal with it. And I'm like, okay, if I have to, I have to. So I that's really what I accepted until
Right.
you know how things pop up in your feed online where you feel as though almost the internet has read your mind, right? And I don't know whether they overhear. There's
must
definitely
ask you
something
this.
going on with algorithms that pick up on what you're concerned about or what you might
Let's
surf.
step
Yes, go ahead.
outside. Step outside of your socials. Have you Googled anything about traffic control?
Perhaps I have.
And
I
that'll do
probably
it
have.
in a
I
second.
probably have.
Also, you're hanging out with other guys that are around the same age and have probably also Googled the same thing.
That's true. And so I go. So flash forward to a doctor who is online that is offering
Nicholas Van Helsing?
No. A pleasure to take Nicholas Van Helsing, doctor of proctology and
Some of 'em need
former
more than this.
the University of Rangoon. This doctor's name is Dr. Rachel Ross. She is.
Well, it's got to be a nurse, Mike. I mean, women aren't doctors.
No, Rob. No, it's a doctor.
Is she a TikTok doctor?
No, she's not a TikTok doctor.
TikTok
She's a regular doctor.
Yes.
But she is, when it comes to prostate health, she's somebody who's an expert in the field, and she is she's very open and honest about issues that people have with this as they get older, and she has her thoughts and ideas on how you deal with this, and I found her fascinating. Dr. Rachel Ross.
So her name is made up of two characters from Friends.
Don't know if that's a conspiracy or not. Have no.
Is she pretty?
She's not unattractive, but she's not. She looks like a doctor. She really looks like a doctor.
She got like a stethoscope and a reflector.
No, I think her credentials. She couldn't. She's got her credentials up there. I think as far as what she does. I'm not going to her office, Rob, so I don't really care. I'm just listening to her lecture about what the issues are.
Yeah, she's got an institute and a podcast.
Okay,
of course she has
I didn't know
podcast.
I didn't know she had a podcast.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
called The Backyardigans.
What?
Her podcast is called The Backyardigans.
But she is talking about fixing certain issues by massage that you do. You can have it. You can have it done, or you can do it yourself. I don't have a willing. My partner has made it very clear to me that they would not want to be involved in that, so I would have to do it.
I've got pictures of the massagers right here.
Okay, let's.
Like
and this is not the same Rachel Ross that is the state senator of Maine.
No, this would be the one that has a podcast called "Give Me an E."
State senator of Maine.
That's the first.
Oh, by the way, I don't have any trouble in that department.
Here's some tools.
Okay.
All
right. There you go.
There's your external and internal massagers.
Yes, to reduce the size and the pliability of. You understand why I had such trepidation coming in here and talking?
You know what
about
it's
this?
Mike? It's almost like, let's say you're back on the toll road, you're widening a lane. Am I right?
If you're successful.
Well, that's what we're hoping for.
I don't have any evidence because one of the things was sit on a tennis ball. And
is that like an insult, or I mean, is that like go
sit
suck
on
an
a
egg?
tennis ball and place the tennis ball between the Duke and the berries?
I believe it's
called
called.
Because externally, what's that? No, I'm not doing that right now. No.
Is that, Mike, I believe, called the perineum? Is that right?
I think it might very well be. It might very well be. But anyway, she is she's convincing, and she is somebody that I file it under nothing really that would require a serious medical procedure, and maybe worth a try. And I'm trying to explain this with that because she mentions on one of her little clips that I've looked at that she's gotten a tremendous amount of negative feedback online from people that don't like this idea of helping people with issues by doing this.
Who could be against helping people?
I think these are people that believe that that area is they are emphasizing the fact that that area can be used for gratification, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Well, ultimately,
So she's saying that by doing that, she laughed about some people that would actually write her and say, "Oh, you're just trying to make people gay." Isn't that horrible? Isn't that horrible?
Is horrible,
that you
and
get
it's
that?
stupid. It's stupid.
It's stupid because people are stupid, and we're hung up in America about it. So I don't have any other interest other than trying something that might help. Now, have I made the determination that I'm going to try something? Yeah, I have, as a matter of fact.
Tennis ball?
What's that?
Tennis ball?
The tennis ball I've tried. I didn't find it.
Did you have to
I didn't
buy
find
a new
it
can?
easy to do.
Right.
Did you have
Maybe
to
a
buy 3 of
volleyball.
them? Because I'm thinking back, a lot of tennis balls are yellow now.
He's
but
done
in
a
the
good
old
job,
days,
hasn't he, Josh? He's done a really good job with this. He, in his own way, has calmed me down, and which is the way. There's a reason Rob and I have been together for 35 years, is because when I really need him, he helps me out, and this is one of those things. I feel strangely relaxed now talking. Now that I've gotten it out there,
right?
I will tell you.
My question is, Mike, is that most of the time now tennis balls are yellow. But in old days,
but
they
there's
were
nothing
white.
there's nothing inside, Rob. This is external.
I know. I'm just curious if you had a tennis ball around the house, or if you had
I
to go
did.
and-
I did, and
Nothing
it
like
was-
the smell of a brand new can of tennis balls. Am I right?
But it was very brief, and I didn't
Just
I
brief.
didn't like it, so I stopped doing. I didn't really do it any kind of length of time or anything like that.
Maybe you
But-
should do it while you're watching tennis on TV.
Yeah, and then you can kind of.
Yeah, exactly. And an
Follow,
old tennis match. Find
follow
some
what's
Jimmy
going
Connors and watch that.
Sure. So, Josh, you had put a picture up
Yes.
of products.
Yes. Would you like to see them again?
Yes, please.
Okay, these are Dr. Rachel Ross's products.
Yeah.
That's not
they're-
Rachel Ross there. That's
That
a
is.
different lady.
That
It
is.
is?
That is.
That is
Oh,
her.
okay.
She's no longer a bottle blonde. She is. She has darker hair now. When I've watched the videos, and
The product on the far right is amazing
that's-
because if you throw
that's
it,
the one. That's the one that may be on its way.
Mike, if you throw
Rob,
it
did
comes
you hear
back
what I
to
said?
you. Yes.
That's the one that may be on its way.
That's good.
Now, who gets to control the remote?
It's Josh.
God, an
All right,
age-old
you can
question,
take that off.
isn't
Now.
it?
You can take that off.
Man and
Listen,
wife fighting over the remote.
I cannot possibly be alone in this situation. We have an older and younger listener base. We have
Yes.
people from all ages, womb to the tomb, as we like to say. But I think that perhaps I'm doing some good by sharing my story. And the next time you hear me discuss this, I will tell you where the situation is. I will give an update. I'm not going to tell you when the update's going to be. I'm not going to tell you if there ever will be an update, because I might change my mind.
Are you going to, if there is an update, will you do it through clenched teeth? It's working.
Right.
I
Is it
don't.
quiet enough the microphone won't pick it up.
But I am willing
Yes.
to at least share with our audience that if you do listen to what she has to say, she is she makes everything seem very, very normal and clear. And I truly believe that many, many physicians probably are not necessarily comfortable
Right.
discussing this subject.
I think it's not usual for, say, a family practitioner. It seems
Right.
sort of focused. May I ask another question that you may decline to answer?
You may.
All right. When we're talking about road maintenance, and let's say you come home and there is a tax bill that everyone's fighting about in the legislature in your local area.
I think I may know where you're going with this.
And you say, I think we should pay this tax to widen this road because the fact that this road is constricted is bothering me.
Yes.
And then you turn to your wife,
Yes.
and she says, that doesn't bother me at all. I say, don't vote for that tax. Is that the situation?
So in other words, don't pay that tax?
She's saying don't pay the tax because everything is fine the way it is.
I didn't ask.
Oh, you're just going out rogue.
Well,
I mean, I've gone out rogue. It's coming. I mean, so to speak, it's on its way.
Careful
God
now.
damn it. It's on its way.
So the widening of the road could be a delightful surprise for her.
Exactly. Although I don't know whether she cares about that at all. I am not. The widening of the road is just a personal thing for me. It is not the. It does. I am able to function in all ways. I should make
Right.
that very clear.
Good.
I am able to function in all
Are
ways.
you listening, ladies?
I am a happily married man, Rob.
I know,
I'm
but
a happily
Mike,
married man.
somewhere there's someone who's thinking
Somewhere out there. No, but for me, I believe that that even at my advanced age, I am still a vital man. I feel young. I am young at heart, and I feel as though that I would wish to have a better experience. That's it. That's the whole reason, and that's why. And she is very much helpful by not making me feel like I'm some kind of sicko out there.
Well, that's not how you sell merchandise.
Wanting to. Pardon me?
That's not how you sell merchandise. You make people think they're normal. And you probably are. But you don't expect her to just call you a creep.
How dare you? How dare you?
But I think that this, if you don't involve your wife's vote on this, as far as the widening.
My wife will not have anything to do with this other than what we've done our whole relationship.
But the thing that
she will not be involved. She will not be involved at all. She's made it clear.
Yeah. But the thing, Mike, that you...
I wouldn't be doing this if I thought it was something that required her assistance, because I just don't... I know that she doesn't want to be involved.
You don't want her to just walk in the room while you're using this.
But it's the same way that all men would, have a moment, steal a moment by themselves, or this is something where you're going to try to improve this situation when they're, I'm not going to be... It's not like I'm going to be up by the pool.
That's true. Josh just sent me a diagram. I'm glad that item that you ordered has a handle.
Yes, I didn't think it was appropriate to show on the stream, but
no, you don't want to show it on the stream. But it is. That's the last thing you want to do.
I got it. It went down the wrong way. It went down the wrong way.
But what I'm saying, I'm not asking you to involve your wife in the procedure. I'm just saying that the whole notion of what you've laid out is something that if it doesn't bother her, it's a very personal thing. You're doing this for you.
100%.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Just so I know. Okay.
Absolutely 100%. And I'm not sure whether I've read it or it came from her vlog or where this. I believe that if the superhighway we've mentioned before is improved, it can also improve the overall experience.
Sure,
that's what I've heard. So that's part of it too. That's because it's kind of it's been on my mind for a good long while, and
then you got to take care of it. If it's something that can be corrected and it bothers you, do it.
I don't have. First of all, I don't know whether it will, nor and if it doesn't, I'm probably not going to pursue it further.
I hate to ask, but is there a warranty of any sort?
You just throw it up on eBay if it doesn't work.
Yeah. Maybe she
get it right out
returns.
to the fans.
Maybe she doesn't.
Won't that be a keepsake? Hang that from your tree. Turn it into an ornament.
I
just turn it into an ornament.
We're going to have a great raffle at the next cocktail party.
Oh, with the handle, you can just hang it right on the tree.
Yep.
I feel as though a burden has been taken off of my shoulders, and I wanted to share this. Now, I think for a bonus show.
Okay.
And this will, we are going to, one of the things, Josh, have we publicized the fact we're going to be having these mini episodes?
Yeah, TMOS extras.
She would be a great subject for a mini episode with me and only me, to talk to her about this and her products, and I wouldn't
be welcome.
I don't think I'd want to. This is the truth, Rob. This is really the truth. I don't think I'd want to put you in that situation.
No,
I don't think you'd be comfortable.
Honest, to be perfectly honest, I don't want to be in that situation.
Right, you wouldn't want to be in that situation. Right. So I think if we could do that, I have no idea what her willingness is, and I wouldn't want to make it. It wouldn't be something that would be yuckety yuck either. It would be something serious that I'd love to.
This is a PSA.
Mike,
this is a public service announcement. It's a PSA about your PSA, and you're doing good with this.
Thank you. So,
I'm glad you
yes.
went that way. I thought you were going to offer to try it out on a mini episode.
Oh God! No,
Oh,
no,
God.
No. The rest of most of this is, and I think that when I talk about things like this, the reason I don't use graphic terminology or graphic descriptions because it's not my bag. I don't, so to speak.
What are you doing?
I'm trying. It's not what I do. I rather talk about it in this way, but at the. What the hell is that? A Roto-Rooter?
Any improvement yet?
Shut up.
Start with 5 minutes and you work your way up to 20.
You do?
Yes, you do. It says don't go more than 5 minutes your first time.
Okay, good. All right.
So, Mike, it really does respect your schedule.
Shut. Oh God! Wait, I have to wait. You gotta tell him this. Here's my thing. Thank you. I found it. There it is. Play it. Come on. Where is it? How come you're not playing? All right.
Shut up!
All right. I don't. Yeah. So we'll see. And then maybe. First of all, I wouldn't mind discussing. I probably should. I should be a successful test case before I talk to her. So hold off on reaching out.
There's 2 ways you could do it. You could cancel the order and then have her on and try to get it on trade.
Shut up again.
Or
Just
you
stop.
could use it and then call her.
That's okay. Now you're getting this one. All right. There you go. He made it through almost the entire segment.
Mike,
I'm really happy.
There's
Yes.
nothing
You did well.
disgusting about trade.
You did well.
And
you
so did
really,
you.
really well. You really
We both
did.
were great. But, Mike, there's nothing disgusting about trade. I mean,
Pat on the back.
I'm sure it's not a cheap instrument. Is it battery operated or do you charge it?
Double A
You know,
batteries.
He's
It is
starting to
2
ask too many
AA batteries.
questions.
Okay, good.
Thanks. I'm glad your brother down in the lower corner decided to or the middle of the screen. I'm fine. Can I change the subject finally, please?
If you
Can I change?
must.
I have to. Thank you. That was very soul bearing on my part.
Yes.
You know it all, folks. You listen to this show, you know it all about me. I would like to thank Mr. Soroka, who has made contact with some sort of opportunity for Savannah Banana tickets down here in
Hold
Fort
on.
Myers.
Maybe.
Yes.
We'll see.
Maybe. I know you don't have to qualify it. If you
Well, I'm
don't get them, you
concerned
don't
that
get them.
There's a bunch of scams out there, so I'm concerned it's a scammer.
If it's a scammer, I told you I could care less. It'd be
Right.
fine. If it's
I'm
not,
working
that's
on it.
fine. And the bananas, and I was talking to a lot of people, old and young, about these Savannah bananas, and they're very, very popular. And it was nice having the head coach on yesterday. You would think you come on a show that maybe you have a PR department that says, press passes, right? I mean,
Well, Mike, press passes are a
they-
lot easier to get when you're not the hottest ticket in town.
Right. When
Yeah.
it's been sold out for months. And
wouldn't
less
you
than a
say
week-
that
a month away.
every DJ podcaster that interviews the guy probably wants to score some tickets? If you're having
Yes.
him on, that means
Yeah.
you've got a youth movement in the house.
I think
and
there's
trying to
one
get that.
DJ who probably wouldn't have the need to ask for tickets. That'd be Ron Bennington. I don't see him at a Bananas game.
Oh, all you can eat.
Well, he'd like that.
Well, yeah.
Look at
I'm
that son
looking
of
to
a
go
bitch.
up to
Look at that hot
Savannah for
dog.
that.
What's that?
I'm looking to make the drive up to Savannah and catch a game up there.
You travel for your sport. You
Yeah.
would do that. And Savannah is absolutely one of my favorite towns in the whole
Fine
wide world.
city.
Just
Absolutely.
over 2 hours from here.
Yeah. Go down there and check it out. Go up there and check it out. Yeah, because you're in the backyard of Savannah.
Yeah.
And do that. I think it would be great. But that's it. I got it in there. And just since this has in a very interesting way involved my wife, I will tell you that I wrote down another compliment that Carla gave me.
I
It was
love
I think
this.
over the weekend. I got another. And by the way, if you save these up, someday I'd like you to repeat all of the compliments back to me. All right?
Well, I think you
wrote-
should publish them in a book.
I think they'd be a great book. Compliments my wife has given to me.
Yes.
Carla gave me another compliment. It is. Quote, I'm really happy with you. Oh, I said, you seem really happy with me. And I really, occasionally, I think it's good for couples to, shut up. I think
you
it's
set
really,
that comment up.
no, because over the weekend, she would do stuff around the house. I would do stuff around the house. We were, when you get with your significant other where you're both really just taking care of what you need to take care of, your different responsibilities, and the right hand takes care of this, left hand takes care, and everything seems to be working okay.
Yeah,
right?
like a machine. It's great.
And I said to her, you really seem happy with me. And she's sitting in her spot at the end of the sofa next to my chair, and she says, well, I'm really happy with you because you haven't been home. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
I've told you for years, Mike, the secret to a happy relationship is time apart.
Oh, it worked for my sister and my brother-in-law. It really, really did. I mean, they were never together. He went on business trips like every week. He was all over the world. And they look at him, 40, well over 40, I think 45 years now.
Yeah. And she was, she had her dancing.
Well, 1970, you do the math, 1977. I remember.
77 is 23 and 24, 47 years. Is that
47
right?
years, and got married, and the reception was in the backyard of my childhood home. I remember that. And Paul had...
Were you invited?
I was in the wedding party.
What? I never knew that.
I was in the wedding party. I was one of the ushers.
Oh,
yes, I was.
Flower girl.
It was so cool for me. I was 18. I was in high school. I'd just gotten out of high school, and... Paul had all of his fraternity brothers. He went to Colgate University, and he had all these cool fraternity brothers from Colgate that came to this, and they were all his ushers. And they treated me like one of the guys, one of the older guys. And when you're that age, college age guys and a high school kid, that's a big age difference, right?
It is.
At that particular age, and they were just super cool. I remember this guy, his buddy Bill, that came down the driveway, and he had a big case of St. Pauli Girl beer in his arm, and I thought, oh, everything's so cool, and we were hanging out, and it was in the backyard, and that's what we did. And
were there tuxedos and
did
they have ruffles?
There were the 70s tuxedos that and by the way, when I went to the prom with Sex and the City girl Candace Bushnell,
yes,
the tuxes that I wore, she wore a black gown and I wore a black tux with a blood red tuxedo shirt, ruffled tuxedo shirt, and a black tie. You go back. Yeah, exactly. Vampira. But it was wonderful times. I think it does work. And it's fine. If she's happy with me, I'm very happy with her. And
back
life
to your
goes
sister's
on.
wedding. Was that the wedding where the ceremony was actually outside, right?
No. Ceremony. I'm trying to think. Ceremony was in a church, I think, probably.
Did they have tennis balls on the pew?
No one was that old yet, Rob. No one needed to sit on the tennis balls yet. Nobody needed that. One little bit. Nobody did. By the way, my first marriage reception was at our house too, and I cleared the weeds out of the yard. We lived in a kind of semi-rural area and got the worst possible. This should have been a bad omen. I should have known what was coming. I got poison ivy. All over my body.
Were you prone to it?
I was not prone to it, but if I got it, it would be bad.
Yeah.
I guess that means you are prone to it.
Did you get the blisters? Blisters are bad.
It was horrible. Whenever I would get poison ivy. Another time I got poison oak when I was driving my van, my SUV with the trailer with band equipment in it, and we had a microburst and trees went down, and I was helping clear the trees out of the roadway, and I got poison oak, and I only discovered I had poison oak in the third set of the band gig where my eyes were practically closed.
Oh,
because I do
so
get it
bad.
I do get it bad when I had that. But, took out the prostate massager and everything was fine after that.
You do not want poison oak on that.
No, you do not.
You want to give that a rinse before every time you use it.
Yeah, and if it lasts for more than 4 hours, see a physician. Yes, sirree.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
sirree, ladies and
Well,
gentlemen.
Mike, I think everything's going to be fine.
Sure. We'll go with that. That's fine. You're listening to the Mike O'Mara Show, the show where nothing is a secret. Nothing is a secret. Hallelujah. Glory be.
You
We'll
are
take
so
a break.
glad this segment is over.
I'm happy. I'm very happy. We'll be right back, everybody. Hey, listen up. One of the biggest challenges to eating better, ladies and gentlemen, is that so many better-for-you products taste yucky. Ugh. There's a brand that has cracked the code on providing real nutrition that also tastes incredible. I love Orgain. This is the best way to get protein because it's so delicious. Orgain, 30-gram protein shakes. They're an excellent source of complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids. And whether it's chocolate or vanilla, the taste is the best. It gives me energy, provides muscle support and recovery, helps manage hunger, and promotes healthy weight management. Orgain is convenient, real nutrition with only 1 gram of sugar per serving and no soy ingredients or artificial flavors or sweeteners. 30 grams of protein, and it does taste amazing. Orgain 30-gram protein shakes are available at Costco and Orgain.com. If you want to get in on the delicious protein-packed nutrition today, head to Orgain.com and use that code /TMOS. Once you're there, look around, get some Orgain in your cart, then head to checkout. And when you're prompted to, use the promo code TMOS for 20% off your order. Remember, 20% off. Head to ORGAIN.com /TMOS and make sure you use the promo code during checkout so they know that we sent you, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, I am relieved. I am really,
yeah, it's a good
really
place to be.
relieved.
You got
Yes.
that. You've dreaded it. You were dreading it yesterday.
I was dreading it, but I got it out of the way, and now I'll give you an update when the time comes. Happy National Pizza Week. It's Pizza Week.
The whole week?
The whole week.
Wow.
National Pizza Week. Are you a pineapple fan? Well, these guys aren't, and they're being pretty spiteful about it. A place in England called Lupa Pizza added a Hawaiian pizza to their menu, but the owners hate pineapple, so they decided to charge more for it. A lot more. Their pepperoni pizza costs 12 pounds. That's expensive. Or around $15. But their Hawaiian pizza with ham and pineapple will run you just over $120.
So they're
There
just
you
being
go.
dicks about it.
They are. I think it's great. I don't like pineapple on a pizza. That's stupid.
Oh,
it's
no, it's
stupid.
not. It tastes great. It's fine. And you know what?
Gross.
Pineapple is great. It's the base ingredient of the fruitcakes that I make.
Well,
There's a lot of pineapple in them and a lot of pineapple juice.
That's a proper use for pineapple. I don't
But
know
it
if I
tastes
like it on a
good. It
pizza.
tastes good on a pizza. Josh, where do you weigh in?
I like pineapple on a pizza. I
Listen
don't like
to
ham
you
on a
two.
pizza.
Yeah. So you don't like ham and pineapple. He
No,
does.
I do ham, pepperoni,
Your
and banana
friend.
peppers.
I do like ham.
Their delivery menu says, for 100 pounds you can have it. They say to pair it with champagne since you're already splurging. CNN talked to them at that point. No one had ordered it yet, but it drummed up a ton of publicity. They say there's a chance they'll keep it on the menu and lower the price, or they may raise it even more. Their local paper launched a poll asking readers, does pineapple belong on pizza? If yes wins, they'll make their Hawaiian a monthly special. Last we checked, they might have to yes, because yes was winning. They say no promises on the price, though. If they do add it long term, they might drop the price. But they might double it, too. $240 is so bizarre.
One of my favorite pizza places growing up was in the city of McLean, and they had on the menu you could get caviar on your pizza for $100. And I always thought that was kind of cool. I never did it, but I always thought that was nice.
We have a burger place down here that's doing that outrageous pricing where they have the Trump burger at one price and then the Biden burger at like $400 to make a statement.
Florida, oh, Florida.
And it's the same burger, obviously.
Yeah.
And just how about he won, your guy won.
Move on.
Yeah.
Just move on, please.
Yeah.
Please stop being mean. Jessica Simpson and her husband Eric Johnson just announced. I'm sorry, they've separated.
Oh, Mike.
Oh no. Well, now she's trying to sell her home, her Los Angeles home.
Good time to do it.
The jokes kind of write themselves with the hot market. Prices are. Come on now. Look. Jessica and the kids have already evacuated from their house. It was on the market before in September of 23. It was listed at $22 million. There were no takers, so she pulled it last August. Now it's back on the market for $17.9 million. Do you think she put it on? They don't give a time when she popped that on, whether it was this week, the week before, but obviously
That's
not
a
a really
pretty
good
big
time.
diminishment in cost right there. I mean, $5 million is a lot. That's like 20% of that, isn't it?
Well, it must be some kind of place, right?
Yeah, I bet.
I go back to Jessica Simpson. I remember Jessica Simpson when she was a kid coming into the pop world. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
when she
sure.
was a child star, kind of? And then the whole thing with Nick Lachey. That was the guy's name, right? Wasn't
and
it?
she loved pineapple.
On her pizza. Thank you. On pizza. And, of course, I'm doing Brian Butterfield.
That's right.
Bob. Robert De Niro isn't playing a mob boss in his upcoming movie. Been there, done that. Instead, he's playing two mob bosses. Now, hold on. We have a clip coming up here.
Yes.
In the Alto Nights, he'll play real-life gangsters Vito Genovese and Frank Costello, who start off as allies and then end up in a deadly battle for control of New York City. Is this because of the CGI in The Irishman that they're trying to use the CGI?
I don't know.
I saw
This
the
sounds
clip
to
you're
me
going
like
to play.
It sounds to me like a plot they stole from the Olsen twins.
Doesn't De Niro just act as De Niro no matter what he plays?
Yeah, but still,
Look,
it's wrong to have him twice in a scene.
Look at this clip and tell me if this man. I didn't like The Irishman because he was too old in The Irishman.
And it was too long.
Now, listen, this is written by Nicholas Pileggi. He did Goodfellas and Casino. But
amazing writer.
Play the clip and then we'll talk more
Okay.
about it. All right?
Here
Go
he is.
Where do I start? You're going down a very dangerous road. And we ain't been down dangerous roads before.
Mike, it's like a sitcom. It's like Peter Brady
It doesn't
found his
make
twin.
sense.
Is it
doesn't.
twins?
Yeah.
It looks like
no,
they're
they're not
brothers.
twins. They're competitors.
They're
Right.
totally different guys in the mob world. I read everything about these guys. These were two badass guys. I play some more of it. It's De Niro talking to De Niro with
Yeah,
the exact
it
same
is.
voice. It's like, okay, go ahead.
See if you can find the split in the middle of the scene where they did the double exposure. There he is.
Me, I take but you're not where I am. I give to charities, I pay my taxes. Let's remember something. I put you where you are today. It's because of me.
All right, that's enough. Okay.
How would
it's
you
just-
like to be the guy that was the De Niro lookalike that you had to be filmed over your shoulder? Because there's a lot of that.
If
Why
you
don't
close your
you-
eyes, it's a man talking to himself.
Yep. There's no different voice. You're right, Josh.
I would like to have God, I am such a fan of Martin Scorsese, and I'm such a fan. Is this a Scorsese?
I don't think it is.
I don't know who the director is. It doesn't
find
say
out.
anything about Martin Scorsese.
I'll find out.
It says Nicholas Pileggi, who wrote the two of his best mob movies, Goodfellas and Casino, which were spectacular. And I believe that Scorsese.
It's a Barry Levinson.
It's Barry Levinson.
Oh.
Wow. Barry Levinson was Rain Man?
Diner.
Rain
And
Man?
also Rain Man, yeah.
I don't know, man. Why do we need De Niro talking to De Niro? I just don't understand that. As a massive fan,
It
Look,
is
who
so
knows if there'll be
lightweight.
a way of explaining why they did it that way.
There's no way. There's
I
no way
don't
you
know.
can. It's incredibly lightweight. It's like a gimmick. And when you're talking about a De Niro mob movie written by Nicholas Pileggi, you don't need a gimmick.
You don't need
all
a
your
gimmick,
ingredients.
and you've got more actors than you could possibly choose from for playing another guy. You got the gold standard himself. What about old Mr. Pesci?
Exactly.
Sitting over there that could play a guy like that. You know?
Yes. Yeah. And did they even look at your tape?
I can do both voices.
I know you can.
Watch. Robb will mention the name, and I will go between De Niro and Pesci.
Okay. Well, do you want character names or their names?
No, just the
Okay.
actors. All right.
Robert De Niro.
You don't understand. That's the way it's going to be. I'm going to do that for you. If you want to do that, I just how can you look at me and talk to me like that? You going to talk to me like that? You going to talk to me like?
Hey, there's one person in charge here. You're warned. You be warned. You mother effer you.
Robert De Niro.
I got to disagree with you. I have to disagree with you. You're the mother effer. You're the mother effer.
Larry King.
Hi, this is Larry King. I'm here with Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro. All right, so I will.
Scene.
Please, if you hear any more about this, let me know, because I'm very curious, because I'd love to see this film, but I don't want to feel the way I felt about The Irishman, which a lot of people got award nominations.
Yeah,
but
it was a 3-day watch. It was like 16 hours long. Did you notice in the trailer that De Niro, when he's Costello, he sits on a tennis ball?
You're never going to let me go.
No, I shan't. But ever. I think it's done with love, Mike.
Well, I have more actor news here. Actors always say it's an honor just to be nominated for awards, but we all know that's total BS.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy Bates just proved it. Back in 2003, I love this story, Catherine Zeta-Jones won Best Supporting Actress for Chicago. Kathy was up for that, the Best Supporting Actress award for the Oscar, along with Meryl Streep. After they both lost and Catherine Zeta-Jones won, Meryl grabbed Kathy and dragged her to the bar. I guess they had a bar there.
That's great.
Kathy says it was a very Joan Crawford, Betty Davis moment. She slammed her evening bag down on the bar and said, "I'm having vodka, straight. Neat. Ooh, neat without ice. Yeah. And I slammed my evening bag down and I said, I'm having what she's having. And we tossed it. It was a moment. Kathy added, quote, "We turned and toasted each other and I could see in her eyes, and I'm sure she could see in mine, how we wanted it so badly." Isn't it nice to hear an actor admit to that?
It is.
We thought, we were so close. That's cool. I like that. So here's to
Was
that.
it? Gosh, I guess it was the Emmys a couple years back where Sofia Vergara went over the top being disappointed and they kept cutting to her. And
it's funny.
It was funny. It's a funny bit.
And a lot of actors have done that bit.
Yeah.
So very, very cool. Finally today, if you're thinking of divorcing your millionaire husband for Brad Pitt, maybe make sure he's real first. A 53-year-old woman in France got scammed out of $850,000.
That's a lot of francs.
By a fake Brad Pitt. The scammer first pretended to be Brad's mom and said she was exactly the woman that her son needed.
Of course.
Oh, no. The victim then received messages and AI photos from fake Brad for a year and a half, like poems and even a marriage proposal. The scammer started asking for money by saying they'd send her luxury handbags if she paid for the customs bill. That's a lot of customs bills.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Eventually, fake Brad claimed he was hospitalized with kidney cancer and needed money for treatment. Because
this is Brad Pitt who is in the hospital?
Yeah, so because his bank accounts were frozen due to his divorce from Angelina Jolie.
Naturally.
The woman even received emails from a fake doctor that said Brad was fighting for his life, so she transferred money to a Turkish account.
Brad Pitt's Turkish account.
Well, it's because
she realized
he sent reasonable photos like this to her.
Okay, let's say.
That's from the hospital.
There he is.
To get the money.
He looks puffy.
Anne, I love you. I guess her name was Anne. She realized last summer it was a scam when she saw photos of Brad with his girlfriend. She had to be hospitalized for severe depression, you think?
Yeah.
Here's the quote. "I asked myself why they chose me to do such harm like this. I've never harmed anyone." Well, that's because people suck. That's what I would tell her back.
Here's the rest of the photos she received from him in the hospital.
There they are.
Well, it looks, I mean, if we put them in order.
That looks like a Benjamin Button one in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah.
That looks like Benjamin Button. Oh, my
That's
God.
really
And
sad.
I like the picture of them performing surgery on him in the bottom right.
Oh, you can just see his face. Look at that.
It's unclear if the scammer was ever caught, but they did break into a house to see tons of tennis balls. There, I'm doing my own callback. I can't help myself. That's
Mike, have
the
you
way
seen
I
the
go.
show? Speaking of which, have you seen the show The Pit?
The Pit?
The Pit.
No, is it good? Sounds like a horror movie.
That's the new Max show, right?
Yeah, it's like ER, but they've totally stolen ER and they've put Noah Wyle in it. It's like watching ER again.
Is it good, though?
It'll do. It's not unattractive.
Okay, very good. Hey, let's talk about Momentus. Yes. In an ideal world, our diets would provide everything we need to perform at our best, but in reality, we all benefit from extra support to reach new personal heights every day. That's why I focus on what we call the Momentus 3, protein, creatine, and omega-3 nutrients, proven to be the foundation of long-term health. This protocol fuels every cell in your brain and body, making it the simplest way to maximize your health span. It's backed by human performance experts and certified for professional and collegiate athletes. In other words, it's the best extra support you could ever ask for. So if you're interested in making a true investment in your health, why not join the best in human performance and be part of the change that's raising the bar on supplements? Just go to livemomentus.com and use code TMOS for 20% off your new routine today. That's livemomentus.com with the code TMOS. Let's get to the, I don't know whether I want to do the swearing or the airplane orders. They both intrigue me. Both things you brought to the
Flip
table
a coin.
today.
Which one do you like?
Let's go with airplane orders.
All right. This is the most annoying thing you can order on an airplane. Would you like to guess, Josh, Mike, what the most annoying thing? And this is probably annoying both to the server.
Well, it's got to be a drink because they don't offer. Yeah. It's not like you order food.
It is
on
a
an
drink, but
airplane
it's
anymore.
a specific drink.
But it's a drink where you've got to combine multiple items. Would be
Is
my
it?
assumption.
No.
It's not?
No.
So it wouldn't be a Bloody Mary?
No, and as a matter of fact, it's funny you should say Bloody Mary, but this is, I think, if you're not drinking your tomato martinis, this is a go-to for you, Mike, on the plane.
Okay, because what you would do with really with a Bloody Mary, it would just they bring over a like a can of V8 or Bloody Mary mix and then put the vodka down next to you, and that's
exactly
that's all
you
there
mix
is to
it, so it's not.
But this is something I would.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Would it be a drink that is? You say it's not a mixed drink.
It's not.
So they don't have to do anything to this except pour it?
Yes, you're on to it right there.
You have to pour it. Is it a specialty brew of some kind?
No, it's so common you can't even see
Is it alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
It is non-alcoholic.
Coffee. Because
it is not
people are
coffee.
picky.
No, it's not coffee. And never order coffee on an airplane. Always tastes a little bit like the tennis ball.
Because anything water-based is it's a slippery slope, right? When you're dealing with that, something that you would order.
Well, let me give you some clues here.
All right.
You probably don't think too hard about the drinks you order on a plane, but you have to know that up in the air, things don't work the same way they do on Earth. The airplane's cabin stays at the pressure of 8,000 feet above sea level. Not as much pressure as you should feel at 30,000 feet, but more than you feel on the ground. This pressure causes excessive foam on one particular soft drink.
One particular soft drink? Well,
Diet Coke?
Diet Coke is right. Diet Coke takes the long.
I've had a million Diet Cokes on planes.
Yeah, but I think Diet Coke is the one you hear about exploding in storage on planes.
Exploding.
And Mike,
sometimes it still makes me laugh. Exploding.
It
exploding, everybody.
It actually advises you to just order a can of Diet Coke because they have to wait so long for the froth to diminish in the little Dixie cup that it takes too long for them to serve and other people.
Let me ask
serve.
this. I have gotten Diet Cokes on planes where they put the can down that's already been opened, but it's not poured into the glass. Is that why they serve it that way?
I believe so. Yeah.
So if you open it up and immediately pour it in, it's going to be over frothed.
Exactly, Mike. A flight attendant from the miscellaneous blog These Gold Wings writes, I literally have to sit and wait for bubbles to fall before I continue pouring. Pouring a Diet Coke is one of the biggest slowdowns in airplane bar service.
But it does not happen if you take precautions. If you order your Diet Coke and you sit on a tennis ball, it'll be. Now I'm doing it to myself regularly.
No.
Regularly.
But there are certain little tricks you can do, and I've seen this in bars where they put the cup over the soda and then just flip it and let the fluid sort of fall into the cup and then you remove it. That's a way to diminish foam, but it's also risky because you might spill it. But know this, every time you drink one of those unsugared sodas, you're slowing down the entire process. So
Why don't we ask our flight attendant? All right, Miss, excuse me, what's your name, please?
Hey, everybody, this is Reba McEntire.
All right.
Mike, I just want to remind you, if I can, just for a moment, that Happy's Place is on NBC Monday nights, and it follows streaming the next day on Peacock.
Is it better
Who
than
is
the
the?
pit?
Hey, Rob.
Yes.
I know you've looked in on Happy's Place. I know
Yes,
you have.
I have.
Who is the linebacker that she is doing that show? Who is that lady that she's?
I
she's
believe,
working
Mike,
with?
I believe that is someone she's brought along from the old show Reba. I
okay.
think it is
Very
a
good.
recycled performer. But Mike, Happy's Place, it's so funny they would call it that because it does make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Reba owns a bar, and this is going to throw you for a loop.
Mm-hmm.
There are these wacky people. I'll call them regulars.
Mm-hmm.
They keep coming into the bar. Oh, my God. It's the greatest.
Reba and her no lips.
Happy's Place.
Happy's Place.
It's different than the old show Reba when she was a housewife.
So that's the only thing obnoxious you can order up in the air is a.
That's the
Diet
most
Coke?
obnoxious, is what I'm saying. But also, that I always ask for the can because you know what? I've paid a lot of money and I don't want 4 ounces of a beverage. So if you order the can, you're actually being polite.
All I know this is that you can talk about the Irish and the fact that they get a little pugnacious when they've had
Sure.
alcoholic beverages, and Lord knows, we have seen our share of people absolutely losing their minds on aircrafts, usually under the influence of some substance, predominantly alcohol.
Right.
I will tell you that I have never on an airplane been inebriated and angry in any way. In fact, the opposite. And you certainly have flown many thousands of miles
Many
with me.
miles, yeah.
And you will know that were you ever on a plane with me where they handed me a bottle of wine at the end of the flight?
Of course.
That and I mean, it's just I was always super nice. But I will tell you, I still to this day, speaking of being hammered on a plane, I was traveling on vacation. And back in the days where, the paychecks were a little bigger and I was in the front of the plane.
Right.
And we were going from San Francisco to Maui. And it was a big DC-10. I used to hate to fly in them. I hated those big DC-10s because they would breathe. When they were sitting there, you almost hear them go like that. And
Are you sure that wasn't you?
could have been, depending on what I was sitting on. So here it is. They would play a video tape. That's what the movie would be on. It would be on a video tape.
You don't remember back to projectors, do you, on a flight?
No, I
Okay,
don't think they
just
ever
checking.
had them. Did they?
Oh, yeah.
They had projectors on flights?
Yeah, they would
I'm
come
not
down
that old.
and like there'd be a screen in front of it, of course, but it would lower from the ceiling. There's a
Really?
projector. Yeah.
This was, it went like that, and they were having problems with it. I am so S-housed that in my little addled brain, I said, well, I've dealt with engineers that actually clean the tape heads. That's what does it. I go in.
I could, if I was on that flight, I could see the spokes of your brain connecting and forming this thought very slowly.
And the lack of inhibition.
Yes,
and the
absolutely
lack of,
lowered.
And the lack of perception on the part of the flight attendants, or the fact that they were just nice flight attendants who, for whatever reason, their bad judgment, liked me.
Yeah.
And I said, just give, if I can get a straw and a cocktail napkin, I can fix it up. And I took and put the cocktail napkin on the end of the plastic straw, and then I thrust that into the machine to clean the tape
Did you not
head.
put some vodka on the?
Yes,
you
I
missed
put
that
a little
part.
vodka in there, and and to clean it.
Yeah.
And I got to the back, and I could feel it up against the tape head, and doing what we used to do with tape cartridge machines all the time.
Yeah.
And I pulled the straw out, and the straw came out without the cocktail napkin on it, which meant now jammed into the machine was the cocktail napkin. And I remember, even in my depleted
God, you were
condition,
close. You were so close.
in my depleted condition, I knew if I don't get this out of here, there are 200 people on this plane. I am going to be the guy that, because I was probably a little vocal about, I'll fix it.
After you worked it through your brain, I'm sure the volume went up when you said, I know how to fix this. Yep.
I've got it in control here. I reached in almost to the point where I was cutting my hand. I was reaching so hard in there.
Yes.
Was able to retrieve the cocktail napkin. They pop the movie back in. It comes on, and I get the...
Oh, you gotta love it.
It's like when they need a doctor on the plane.
That's
exactly. But you had a DJ instead.
The DJ. But that's exactly what I said too. I can fix it. I'm a DJ.
But Mike, I have flown literally thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of miles with you through all the years. And although you don't like to fly,
right,
you're a very pleasant flyer.
Until we get to the hotel on the other end or
Right.
into the cab on the other end, I'm usually quite pleasant.
Yep.
But there are moments of, can we please check into this hotel for the love of God?
Almost to a person, our staff, when we'd fly, would be beloved by the flight attendants. Maybe not one guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
When he would claim his... Well, which is like marking
when
territory.
When he would mark his territory. Yeah,
what
okay,
was he doing?
It stunk. That's what it was.
Yeah, enjoy your time at the front of the plane.
Yeah, he thought it was funny. Anyway, that was...
Clean that with some vodka.
Clean that with some vodka. We're all set. We're going to take a little break, ladies and gentlemen, and then we have a very interesting update on one of our health people that's getting back into good health, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do that when we come back, ladies and gents. How would you like to be the most interesting person at the football big game party? At the football big game party?
Mike,
what, are you from a foreign country?
I'm saying it in a way that will not get us into any trouble.
Okay. The big game.
Yeah, everyone loves the big game, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave the tired old jersey and your smelly cleats at home. Just show up with a bottle of wine from an independent winemaker with a truly unique story. Fabulous!
Look at this. I got this in the mail. A beautiful Chardonnay, Scott Kelly Vineyards, and my mom can't wait to get over here and take this out of the house. But I got it now.
Podcast is sponsored by Naked Wines, a subscription service that seamlessly connects you to the finest independent winemakers on the planet, so you get a case of the market's best quality wines for a fraction of the price you would normally pay in stores. With our code, you can get, this is such a great deal. Please take advantage. These are great wines. You can get 6 bottles for just $39.99. I'm so glad they continued that into 2025. Naked Wines believes that great wine is an experience that helps you connect with your friends, family, and community over a shared bottle of the grape. Turn off the noise of the outside world and uncork a bottle to celebrate the little joys in life. Plus, you can purchase or cancel at any time. Let's go! You need to join the Naked Wines community. Head to nakedwines.com/TMOS and put in our code, TMOS, for both the code and password. You'll get 6 bottles of vino, $39.99, shipping included. That's nakedwines.com/TMOS, code and password for 6 bottles of wine. Yay for sports. P.S. If it makes you feel safe, go ahead and wear a helmet. Thank you.
The big game party.
The big game party. Where are you going? Going to the big game party. NFL,
well, after the
don't sue
playoffs
me.
concluded, I'm going to the big game.
Playoffs.
Going to the party.
So Josh informed us right before the show. You are getting back into the gym. You're a fit guy. You don't seem to carry a lot of extra fat.
What happened is I realized that I never leave the house. Mm-hmm. And I work from home. I do everything at home, and I need to get out. So I decided, well, the gym will be a great way to get out and build that into my routine.
Did you not even consider a library to better yourself mentally?
Did not consider a library. I'd have to
maybe
read
next.
Then.
Maybe
now this is new for you because your previous employment you were out on the road all the time.
Correct. Yep.
And now you're a shut-in. Now you could embrace your shut-in. I'd like to point out Robb Schmiewak from Ellisburg, Virginia writes. It works for me.
It does. It's the happiest I've ever been.
Yes.
I want to make sure I stay healthy as I get older. And
I heard that.
And also, I'm trying to stay active.
Yeah. We all are.
So
I can't say anything.
No, yeah, Mike, you don't want to die. You got to go to the gym, or you're going to die if you stay home in your basement.
You like being home.
I love it.
You like being a homebody.
Mike, I've spent my entire life trying to build an environment that I like, and now I have it, and I live in it.
He lives in it and doesn't go anywhere.
remember, he wouldn't go outside to see the fireworks for
That's
4th
it.
of July.
No,
That's it.
it was humid.
So you're going? Are you gym hunting right now?
So I settled on a gym today.
Oh, good.
But part of going to the gym is that I've noticed my blood pressure's been a lot higher than it should be.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we call that the Mike O'Mara factor.
Right.
Working with me, pal.
Exactly. I think it's just age.
Yep.
But anyway, part of what's supposed to be good for your high blood pressure is saunas. So I tried out Hot Works yesterday, which is where you
Carla
go,
does that. Carla goes to that.
Okay, you go and work out inside of a sauna.
Yep. Carla,
So-
Carla. I like the way he pronounces sauna.
I think that he's trying really hard to get it right. It sounds very deliberate.
It's
Sauna.
I think
It's
it's
sauna.
sauna.
It's sauna.
Like
I
a
tried it.
buzzsaw, right?
All right. What do you do?
Right.
What do you
So I
do when
tried
you
it.
what do you do when
Saw.
you? Let me hear it.
Saw.
Okay.
Sauna.
And then put an NA on the end of it. So
Sauna?
yes.
Yeah,
That
it's
what you
very
want?
hard.
You want sauna?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Sauna.
Yeah.
All right. So I went there and I did one of their trial workouts where I did the bike thing and rode the bike in it for 20 minutes.
Let me
or
ask
so.
you this
Yes.
about that, because I haven't even asked Carla about this. Is that when you talk about hot works, which is doing aerobic activity in a superheated environment, is the whole place just turned up in temperature, or do you really go into
Like a room?
Like a room?
Yeah, so the whole reason I said, let's give it a try is because you get individual rooms. So I have my
that's kinda
own
cool.
sauna.
Okay.
Now, I learned that you don't have your own. You
don't?
There were 3 bikes in there.
Yeah.
So there were 3 people. So
People's,
that
like,
turned me off.
spraying sweat everywhere.
But they said it's 24 hours, so if I go in the middle of the night, I can have it all by myself. But either way, too much money and everything with the sign up, so I'm not going with them.
Okay. Did they offer
It was a
all the
fine
different
workout.
things like the red light and all that stuff they try
No,
to upsell you
They
on?
didn't offer any of that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So it's when you go into the room, is the room like wood paneled, like a sauna would be?
Yes. And
And
they have about 6 of them that you can go in and do like yoga and Pilates stuff. And then they
Okay.
have one that's got rowing machines,
Okay.
one that has bikes, and one that has ellipticals.
And you said no to that.
I said no, because
What did you settle on?
so I settled today on the biggest gym out there, Planet Fitness,
I've
Planet
been a member.
Fitness.
Yes.
because it is a third of the price.
Are you applauding, Rob?
Yes.
Are you applauding?
What do you go there for the free pizza?
No, they didn't do any free food at mine. It was the most efficient and probably the best deal out there. I looked at a lot of them.
Okay.
And that's what I did. I settled on it because it was the best deal. It had everything. I went this morning, since we didn't have show, I went this morning. I was the youngest person in the place, and it was packed.
Really?
It is all
Really?
people 65 and older. Now, part of that is because
But that
it's a little
stinks.
further south, so it's down by where all the snowbirds are.
That's where my problems are too.
Yeah.
Down
Further
south?
But this place does have all the additional stuff. They've got the water massage tables. They've got the red light. They've got the tannin beds and all that included.
Now,
So that's
do you
my
have
new daily task.
do you
starting
have
today.
the app that'll tell you how crowded it is before you go there?
I do. Yes.
Okay. So does it change if you go early in the morning, or have you not monitored it?
I
enough
don't
to
know.
do
I
that?
went this morning, and it was so many old people that I worked out, but I'm going to try a different time of day.
Yeah. Well, they
Well, you'll
can't
be
lie.
We'll be
better
doing the
off if
show
you go.
anyway.
You know when you want to go? You want to go between 5:30 and 6.
Yeah, dinner time for them.
Yeah.
Dinner
4
time when
o'clock
they're-
when they're all at dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, 4:30. Between 4:30
Correct.
and 5:30. That's
And
when
is
you
there
want to
another
go.
is there another location near you? Because you can go to any location.
There is. I think my daytime location is going to be to go further up towards Jacksonville where people work, and in the evenings go down south where the old people are sleeping.
Okay,
Because
good.
really, especially if you're doing aerobic exercise, there's really nothing like being on an elliptical and maybe having one of those exercise bikes or another elliptical in front of you and kind of enjoying the view, if you know what I mean.
Of the 75-year-old man?
What? No, I'm talking about the young ladies that are on
Yes.
there. What
haven't seen that
red-blooded
yet.
American male doesn't want to add a few more steps when he's on an elliptical and there's somebody beautiful working out in front of him, right?
Exactly.
Okay, well, that stopped the show. That's fine. I'll go back sitting on my tennis ball. That'll, there's plenty of commentary.
I tended to look at Wheel of Fortune when I was going.
Yeah, I was on my phone doing some work while
Yeah,
pedaling.
but seriously, if there's a hottie in the gym, come on now, right? I mean,
I'm
it's
not
fun
sure
to
a
watch.
lot of the hotties are going to Planet Fitness.
And I don't think
Really?
I want to get caught watching.
I go to Crunch Fitness, all right? And Crunch Fitness is a weight-centric fitness facility. Lots
With a lot
weight
of snacks,
machines.
too.
There are, let me tell you something, some of the most stunning people, male and female, you would ever see at any place at this. And if you're not, meanwhile, I'll take my 12-pound weights.
That's right. And you're hanging out and you say, "Hi,
There you
Dr.
go.
Ross. It's me, Mike
Yep.
O'Mara.
Right.
Nice to see you."
And then I'd say, I don't want that machine. I want the one with the knob on the seat. Thank you very much. I appreciate
That's
that.
too far.
Too far.
You were worried about me.
I've taken it too far.
You
I
have.
apologize.
Make sure you
we'll-
wipe down your equipment, John.
Thank you. We have beautiful videos standing
Beautiful.
by, correct?
It's so pretty. It
Very
really
good.
is.
Looking forward to it. We'll do that when we come back. Lots more on the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, whoa. And thank you so much for supporting us and listening to our show. We really appreciate it. Say hello to our friends at Magic Mind.
Mm-hmm.
Staying focused in today's world can be a real challenge, but Magic Mind has been the game changer for me. I take it every day. It's a little shot packed with mushroom nootropics, adaptogens, and essential vitamins that helps me stay clear-headed, productive, and less stressed. I honestly love how it keeps me going in the mornings without any caffeine crash, and it tastes great too. And how about this? This month, they're offering something super cool, a bundle with both Magic Mind and their new Magic Mind Sleep. I've done that as well. It's fantastic. The perfect combo for starting your day off strong and winding down at night. If you've been curious, now's a great time to give it a shot. Literally. They even have a risk-free guarantee. You can't miss. Right now, you can get 45% off the Magic Mind bundle with my link, magicmind.com/OmeraJan. That's OMEARJAN. Once again, that's magicmind.com/OmeraJan. New year, new code. Let's go. Let's make some magic with Magic Mind, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, I like that. Some beautiful video.
Oh, Mike, it's 50,000 watts.
Yeah, 50,000 watt music machine. WABA.
I think that was the last great jingle that station had. That's a great jingle.
Great. Yeah, it is. I agree with you.
All right, Mike, Senator Mullen of, I believe, Oklahoma. Did you see any of him on the Hill yesterday?
Did not have the pleasure. No, I did not.
I liked that when they were trying to approve all of the Trump appointees, he just brought up the fact that everyone's voting drunk.
But you so quickly forget about that. And then Senator Kane, or I guess I better use the senator from Virginia, starts bringing up the fact that what if you showed up drunk to your job? How many senators have showed up drunk to vote at night? Have any of you guys asked them to step down and resign from their job? And don't tell me you haven't seen it, because I know you have. And then how many senators do you know have got a divorce before cheating on their wives? Did you ask them to step down? No. But it's for show. You guys.
So he's just saying, I love the notion. I mean, they can do whatever they want on the Hill, but I love the notion of when they have those late night votes, they call them in on their secret little train and they're all hammered. I love that notion.
Once again, I don't want to get into the political weeds here, but
No.
we're talking about a guy who is not qualified to be Secretary of Defense. That's the bottom line here.
You're right.
I don't care about the alcohol. I don't care about the allegations of cheating. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is, what's your pedigree? What is your educational, job experience pedigree for running the biggest military in the world? That's what I care about. But unfortunately, they're dicking around like they do, and it's their team, our team, and we'll get what we get. Pray to God that everything goes okay. That's all I want to say.
I love Tim Kaine, but please look at the hair. Who do you think is the biggest partier in country music circles?
Let me see. I want to say Brad Paisley.
I myself I might have guessed Blake Shelton because he's been out there doing it so long. He seems to know what he's doing. But Blake says the answer is Post Malone.
I used to think I could go pretty hard back in the day. Nobody I've ever met has anything on Post Malone. I mean, he is living a stereotypical country song every day of his life.
That's funny. He's such a nice guy too, right?
Yeah.
So he's all hungover when he's being a nice guy.
No wonder he's tipping you. He wants you to leave him alone.
And it explains the tattoos.
Yeah, probably all of them. He got them when he was drunk. That's probably exactly what happened.
Mike, if I tried to explain to my kids that there was a time when you wanted a phone for your home, you could actually go to a store in a shopping mall to select your phone by style and everything, and they'd offer installation and all that. It's a whole, it's not that long ago, but it's a million years ago.
And why don't you tell our listeners, back in those days,
yes,
what is a phone? Rob wanted one in every room, and what style did you get in
the
every
princess phone? In all colors.
The princess phone is the phone where the handle goes at the top, right?
Yeah, you'll get a chance to see it in what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
This is from Illinois Bell in 1977, right before Mork and Mindy premiered on television. So this is, and I had never seen this. This is one of the first big ads that Robin Williams got. And you're going to actually hear a little bit of Mork-inspired dialogue in this ad for telephones.
Excuse me, we're thinking of changing our phones around.
Any rooms in particular?
I'm not sure. You see, we're redecorating.
Well, for a bedroom, we have this
There it is.
phone. Lights in the dark. And for a kitchen, we usually recommend a wall.
It's Robin Williams. Yeah.
Gee, that is handy.
People of Earth.
And for a living room or den, we have a number of different styles.
Good evening.
And if you're looking for a real conversation piece, they're the design line phones.
Still funny.
He's
even
still
back then.
funny even in that. He's still funny even in that. That is absolutely amazing.
But the whole
Robin
notion
Williams.
of the fact that, shopping malls don't exist anymore. But in the mall, there was a telephone store. It's just another
Buy
time.
the phone of your choice. Fantastic. I remember those old ones, those ye old ones with the plastic handle, right?
Yeah.
And the brass
Yeah,
earphone.
I
and all that.
always loved the phone that was in a box. I thought that was the coolest thing.
Hello, Mr.
Rob,
Bond.
The malls are still filled with stores that sell phones. It's just the cell phone stores now.
Okay, well, I was talking about sort of, landlines, but there's not
Old
a lot of
phone.
malls either. So more
That's true.
kiosks. Mike, are you familiar with the work of, let's close with this, of Bonnie Blue?
No, I don't.
Bonnie
It sounds like
Blue-
a porn actress.
Mike, it does.
Okay.
And it is.
Oh, good.
And a new world record holder. Because
Tennis balls?
No, not tennis balls.
You.
She recently completed a record in 12 hours.
Oh.
She set out to satisfy, and I'll use that word, 1,000 men.
Oh, that's gross.
But that is gross. But when she had reached 1,000, there were 57 left. So she satisfied them too. So let's hear it for Bonnie Blue.
Okay, 500, check. Oh, and if you see they look a bit wet, it's fluids. 600, done. 800, done. 900, done. The big 1,000 was well and completely done.
There she is. Now, the sad thing is when all that was done, Mike, her crotch felt like the Palisades fire. But other than that, she was very, very successful.
That is so nasty.
How much time did you say?
12 hours.
So have you done the math?
No, I'm too busy thinking of other things.
Wow, that's so gross. Oh, yeah. Boy, kind of a bookended show, huh? With that. Hey, listen. We got a brand new show tomorrow. And then on Friday's show, a Baltimore phenom that we are going to introduce to you, a guy that really loves his Baltimore Ravens.
Good.
I sent a clip of this guy to Josh a long time ago. We're going to do a real spotlight on this guy. Is that okay, Josh? I know I caught you by surprise with that one.
No, it's great.
What's his name again?
Stavy.
Stavy.
Yeah.
Like Stavi.
VVY.
The guy is something special.
Who are you kidding,
Stavros.
Mike? Everyone calls him Stosh.
Stosh.
It
Stavros.
is Stavros.
Stavros will be featured on the bonus show this week.
Can't
but
wait.
brand new episode coming up tomorrow. We'll all be back tomorrow morning with our taping, so join us for that, ladies and gentlemen. For Robb Spiewak and Josh Soroka, this is Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Happy birthday, Mark Riddell.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara bonus show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, radio entertainment.
That's the kind of comedy we specialize in. Clean, unfunny humor.
You jack with me and you'll be gone before you know it.
You've got to remember that these are just simple farmers. These are people of the land. You know.